Alright, have resolved the light problem. The rear light, one being brighter than the other, made me think twice about it, not the bulb. It's because of the wiring. Now, yes, I connected them up the wrong way round, but when I had a choice of two reds and a green that go to the Chinesium crap light, I had a 50-50 chance of getting it right. Guess what? I didn't. Fucking Chinese crap. Hate it. Anyway, that was that one. The front turn signal, that turned out to be a bulb was defective. Even though it looked okay, when I tested it, it didn't want to play nice. Now, what shall we move on to next? Headlight rings. I'm seriously considering putting the old ones back because the Chinesium crap is just going to be so much work and I don't like them. I'm also going to contact a friend of mine, and he's in Texas and he breaks Mark IIs as well, so I asked him if he's got a couple of good ones. Right, what else have we got to do? Oh, I've got to figure out a clip for the heater or buy one. Yeah, oh, and I just received my grease nipples for the door hinges from my friend Jack White of Jagnut. So don't forget, you need early saloon parts. He's your guy, Jagnut in Luray, Texas. And no, I don't get paid. I just like to give a shout out to people that do good work and fair prices too. Right, I think maybe I'll get on with the wood. My clock is working beautifully. It is keeping good time. So I think it's now time to shut it off. It's been running since, well, this time yesterday, so it's been going for over 24 hours without a hiccup. So that's good news. I still want to take that front cover off and clean the glass on the inside. And I'll do that on the other one as well, and that will be the end of that. Right, let's get on with the wood, shall we? Okay, so I've just been over it with 1000 grit. I've got my tack cloth here to get the dust off. And it'll do two things. One, it'll get the dust off. Oh, duh, there's a surprise. And two, it'll show me where any areas where I might have missed. How dare you suggest such a thing? Like that area there. Give me a second. Yeah, and I put that on the lowest speed of my orbital sander there, as you saw. Now I've got it. Now that is like a baby's bottom, and I don't go around touching babies' bottoms. I think I've mentioned this before. Ladies' bottoms, yes. Oh, I like touching those, but one, the lady usually objects, and two, my wife does. I mean, it's okay. I'm just touching someone's bottom. I guess somebody could touch hers, and I wouldn't like that. You girls are funny that way, aren't you? Okay, so what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in the Aquaclear filler, and I'm going to be using this is from Pampered Chef. We bought what did we buy from them? A pizza stone, and this is for cleaning off the pizza stone so you don't damage it. Oh, my wife's got more than one of them, so I borrowed them, and all I do is I just scoop in some stuff and then you spread it on. Takes a while. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, I have now filled this with my Aquacoat. I'm just going to wait for it to dry, and then I will sand it with 3000 grit. Okay, here it is, sanded yet again. I'm about to give it another 2 or 3 coats of lacquer, then some more sanding, then some more lacquer, then some more sanding, then some more lacquer, then some more sand. So if you think this is going to be a quick and easy job, guys, take it to someone else. It's not. Oh, and I'm going to sidestep here for a second. I recently had a comment on my channel where someone said, you know, I should stop with my sexual innuendos and my comments because, you know, it makes me look like a creepy old man. Well, if you seriously think that the comments I am making are genuine, then you need to engage your brain cell or fuck off and don't watch my channel. I will continue to make sexual innuendo comments, double entendres, all sorts of things. It's who I am. If you don't like it, I don't care. This is my channel. Go somewhere else. Go to your pussy-footed woke channel or whatever it is. Oh, look, here's 3 holes. Like women, there's always got 3 holes. Oh, look, you know, 2 in the stink and 1 in the pink. Wow. Yeah, that's a Jimmy Carr joke, stolen. Get over it, you fucking idiots. I'm sorry, I'm just sick and tired of you pathetic people that have no sense of humour and don't like anybody else to. So consequently, you go behind your keyboard and you go, oh, you shouldn't say this, oh, you shouldn't say that, oh, that makes you creepy. Well, guess what, maybe I am fucking creepy. I'm not, but that doesn't matter. You think what you bloody well like. I don't care about you. You will never change me the way I am. I am who I am. And if you don't like who I am, go away. Okay, here it is. Re-lacquered. It's still very wet at the moment, so I'm not going to touch it. We'll let that now dry for 2 or 3 days, and then we will attack it again. And I think I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I'm going to do it again right now. Someone asked, how do you know when the polyurethane has dried thoroughly? The answer is a very simple sniff it. Yeah, like you would cocaine on a mirror. Oh no, I said something else that's totally indelicate. Yeah, piss off. So, that's how you tell when it's cured. I know, it's simple. Smell it. You stick your nose up against that piece of wood. If you can still smell it, then guess what? It's not finished curing. Looks pretty good to me. It's still, if this settles and dries in a similar layer to the way it is, then I will be buffing and polishing it. Yeah, that's kind of like a final stage. You're never going to get the finish out of the can that you want, or if you do, it's remote. So I'm going to leave that now here for a couple of hours and then take it in the garage and let it set for the next few days. All right, I'm sorry this was a real digression from what I was doing, but I thought it may interest you. Oh, and if it does interest you, this is the stuff I'm using. Minwax Indoor Outdoor Hellsman Spa Urethane Clear Gloss. Seems to be good shit. Time. This is from a Jaguar XJ6, I believe. It is the mounting bracket for the AC compressor. My intention is to use this to mount my alternator. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I just looked at it and said, that looks like it might work. And put peanuts in there to protect it. How quaint. Again, you know, it's an eBay item. I tell you what, it's well wrapped, isn't it? Okay. Well, you may wonder why I chose this. It says it's for an AC compressor, yeah. Company called Pro Part Works. Where are they based? Don't know. Doesn't matter. this is the part. Yeah, filthy, dirty, yucky, poo-poo. But these bolts line up directly with the side of the block. So my hope is that once I mount it, then I can adapt this, because you know that's on the side of the block. That's easy peasy. That's not going to mess with anything. And then hopefully I can use this to mount the alternator. We will see. First of all, I got to clean this up, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, the fun of the fair. Oh, and I'm also looking at I'm going to put AC into my Mark II. At the moment I'm looking at Vintage Air, but they don't have a kit for a 1964 Jaguar Mark II. Therefore I'm going to have to try and figure out all the components I need from their catalogue, and that is 104 pages. So that's going to keep me busy for a little while tonight with the pencil and paper and looking at the PDF file and going, yeah, I need this, I need that, no, I need to measure this, I need to measure that. So there you go. All right, let's get back to doing some other shit. Right, I'm giving this a bit of a clean up now. I'm not sure yet, because I haven't managed to get to the car, as to which of these holes will line up, and I will probably have to cut some of this off. But what I have noticed is with this bracket, that is a pretty good fit. However, that probably is not going to be the way it needs to go. I need to go there, and to put spacers in order to get the alignment correct for the belt. It's going to be a little tricky picky, but I have now a bracket that is pretty much there, which will just need some cutting, maybe a little bit of welding. It saves me having to build something like this. So I will continue to show you how I deal with this, because I'm sure you're interested. And it may mean cutting off the bottom. I have no clue at the moment. I really don't. I just looked at that and thought, that looks darn close. I may need to modify my generator bracket that is there, because it's also the engine mount. I don't know. Maybe I can make a combination of the two. Who knows? But that, as I said, from an XJ6, it's for the compressor, but I'm going to be using it for the alternator. And worst case scenario, it's cost me 30 odd bucks and I fucked up. So, well, I guess I should really do that as the next project or next part. I'm sorry, I'm doing 2 or 3 things at once here, because this has got to dry. It's still a little tacky, and then I'll sand that, and then I will sand the rest of it because I need to lacquer it, and I can't just lacquer the front. I've got to lacquer the whole thing. Okay, and then I'll do this bracket, and well, you will see it shortly. Tomorrow's tree chopping day, but in the afternoon it's Gary Plays With Car Day. Sweet. Let's get on with it, shall we? You don't care about my trees, you only care about this, and I don't blame you. We're on to second level of filling. I sanded it again with a 1000 grit pad and made it as flat as I could. There were still some little grooves, so I've now refilled it again using the same stuff, and tomorrow morning when this is set hard, we'll do it again. We'll give it another 1000 grit sand and see what little valleys are left and fill them if there are there. If not, then we will start lacquering. Okay, this is fun. All right, total aside here, sorry, I meant to do this earlier. My arches are now done, they're back. I've got them back from the body shop. Put the seal in. Perfection? No, but it's pretty darn close. And I will work on them later to try and make them absolutely perfect. But I can't say that will definitely happen. One of the things I do have to do, hang on, let me get a light on this, is here you can see that tire is right up against it. That's because I don't have the bar in that brings this side of the axle forward. I'm going to do that because I don't want this arch to cut into the tyre while I'm pushing it backwards and forwards. I am going to remove the rear axle and rebuild it, but at the moment I'm not at that point, so I'm just going to put the bar in to pull the axle forward. Alright, what else have I done recently? Grease nipples. Oh no, there he goes again, he's talking dirty. Yeah, grease nipples are all in now. And I want to say thank you to my friend Jaguar in Luray, Virginia. He supplied me with 10 nipples. I told him I needed 8. For some reason he sent me 10. I think that's just because he wanted to make extra money. He's such a parasite. No, he's not. He's a good guy. If you need saloon parts, contact him. Jaguar in Luray, Virginia. So I've now got the grease nipples in, and I must admit I was surprised with all these nipples. None of them have the little ball in. So now my next stage is to pump them full of grease. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's get on with other things. Oh, one other thing I'm going to do. I'm going to get an AGM battery for this car. They're about 250 bucks. I think, I don't know yet, I may even get a Duralast one. I'm sorry about that, but they do a good one. I have a great relationship with the guys down at my local Duralast store, my local AutoZone store. I got to measure the size I want, which is 12 feet wide. 12 feet? That's a fucking big battery, Gary. I mean, well, I'll tell you what, I'll go for 12 inches. I keep telling my wife it's 12 feet. 12 inches wide. And I want to get the biggest cold cranking amps I can. I have discovered that the noise I was getting when I pressed the starter button is only the solenoid on the bulkhead clunking. So I got a feeling I need to run a wire down to my new super duper starter so that it engages the solenoid on the starter. Then maybe this baby will turn over. That's something I'm going to work on. It's something I will let you know about. Oh, and another little aside. Hang on, let me take you for a walk. Hang on a second. Bear with. Yeah, you know the crap. Right. Yes, of course you know. You've been following me avidly. I've got to modify this bracket to mount the alternator. So I thought, okay, I've mentioned it before. The generator bracket is kind of overkill just to support the engine. Well, crap, Gary, you need to get one that's similar to, I can hardly see it, but, you know, this one here on the driver's side, right-hand side. So I jumped online, and I see these for sale for an XJ6. Remember, the block is basically the same. They didn't change the casting, they may have changed the bores and shit like that. So I look at them, and on these, let me see if I can show you. If you see down there, there is like an angle piece that sticks out backwards. So on the right-hand side of the car, when you sit in the car, this is how you describe it, that flange, if you like, goes to the back of the car. On this side, it would do the same thing.
So I look online for engine mounts without the generator stuff because, you know, I don't need it. Boy, you have to be careful. These people don't know what they're selling. Now, I gotta wait. I've ordered what I looked at in the picture that said left-hand side. No, let me re-say that. Sorry. They called it right-hand side. The picture was a left-hand side. Now, once I get the piece and I am 100% sure, then I will notify that person, hey, you're listing it wrong. You're saying it's left hand when it's really right hand. A lot of people make the mistake by looking at the car standing in front of it. That is not how it is. It is always described from sitting in the vehicle. Doesn't matter if it's a left-hand drive or a right-hand drive. Doesn't matter whether you want to call it passenger or driver's side. That is wrong. It is always done sitting in the vehicle, facing forwards. So you know what is left and you know what is right. Simple. Yeah. And I know you guys may not like it, but a lot of what goes on is from England. Now, obviously, because this is an English car. Something I recently discovered, absolutely nothing to do with cars. I went to the Missile Silo in Tucson, Arizona, and they do everything on Greenwich Mean Time. Greenwich, place in England. It is a line that runs down through the world. And the only reason they did it on Greenwich Mean Time is because then when there is, let's say, a war or whatever, they are all in sync. We're going to launch at 1500 GMT. Nobody screams up and says, hey, well, hang on, we're in Arizona. No, we're in Florida. No, we're in England. No, we're in Russia. We're in Asia. La, 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 la. GMT. Everybody uses the same time. The problem is solved. Nobody fucks up. We're launching at 1500 for argument's sake. Yeah, I know. Us English, we get everywhere, don't we? We dictate to the world. Well, we did. Don't anymore. All right, that's enough of my bullshit, isn't it, eh? Don't you love looking at this engine? I know I do. All right. Oh, hello, insect. Ah, that time of year. The insects are coming. All right, get in the garage. Go do some shit. And don't be offended by me saying bum nipple clitoris.